Today I am back with another fragrance review. This time we're talking about Initio Paragon. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Aisha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So this video is a part of my Love, Like, or Letdown series. If you've never seen one of these videos from me, it's basically where I come on, give you guys my very first impression of a fragrance. Then I wear it for 3 days. Sometimes they're 3 consecutive days, but sometimes they're kind of spread out. But either way, I wear it for day and night of 3 days, so at least 6 times. I come back on and give you guys a full review. So let's go ahead and open this baby up. So I ordered this from Selfridges because I really wanted to save some money on it, but I will tell you, Selfridges shipped this extremely slow. I don't think they were telling me the truth when I asked them about where my package was. I think they didn't ship it until I asked them about it, honestly. But there's no way for me to prove that, so I don't know. But the last 2 times I've ordered from Selfridges, it's been really slow. Prior to that, I've always gotten it super fast. Even though I'm based in the States, I've always gotten my orders super fast. So I don't know what's going on with their shipping, but be advised that if you decide to order something from them, it may take a while. And for me, it's still worth it because, like I said, I saved $100 on this fragrance. So for me, that's worth it. But hey, anyway, let's open it up. I love that Selfridges always sends their fragrances in these dust bags. I'm not sure about anything else if they send everything in these dust bags, but they always send the fragrances in them. So here is the box. Let me take this wrapper off and let's get to it. All right, so there's the box all unwrapped. And inside we have the beautiful fragrance. I love the Initio packaging. They always feel so sturdy. There is what the bottle looks like up close. So this one isn't a white bottle. It is part of the Hedonist collection. And this one has a rose gold / copper plate on it. The 2 other fragrances in this same line from Initio are Rehab and Must Therapy, which I have and love both. And so because I love both of those, I was very excited when I saw this one came out. So I didn't bring any tester cards up here. I'm filming in my bedroom just because we're getting some landscaping done. And so my filming room is right there where the landscapers are. So it would be extremely odd for me to be filming in there right now. But anyway, I'm gonna spray a little bit in this box, but then I'm actually going to wear this fragrance today, so let's see. Okay, this smells really good. It smells a bit smokier than what I expected. I don't know if smoky is the word, but very resinous, and it does smell a little bit smoky, almost like there could be some sort of tobacco, but not really in here. It's a little bit spicy, it's warm. It's not really sweet. It kind of smells a little bit earthy too. So let's go ahead and spray it on my body. So I don't know if y'all saw me spraying, but I actually sprayed on a little bit too much. I don't know if I sprayed on too much for the fragrance, but usually when I'm trying out a fragrance for the first time, I really just stick to my pulse points. But this time I did spray a little bit extra, not too much, but hopefully it's not overpowering. So far, it smells really good. Now I will say on the skin, I'm definitely getting something more herbal. I think it's the sage. I'm pretty sure sage is a note in this. And that's what I think I'm smelling, like a little bit of that mixed with the smoky woodiness. Overall, it's just kind of fresh and spicy, not really sweet, but still a warm fragrance. So as of right now, I am really liking this. I think if I had to classify it right now, I would say this is a high like for me. So I will be wearing this for the next few days, and I'll come back to you all within the same video and we'll go over the full review of this fragrance. And at the end, we'll find out if it ended up being a love for me or not. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey y'all, so it's actually been over a week since I filmed the first portion of this video. So I've had plenty of chances to wear this and in different occasions, different settings and all, and I feel like that's really helped me to get a grasp on Initio Paragon. When I smell this fragrance, overall what I get is a bit of a spicy fragrance with an herbal touch to it, a little bit of sweetness, but nothing too much. It also has this slightly smoky effect, but I guess it's actually more like a burning effect as opposed to smoky because it doesn't smell like straight smoke. So the spices that are in this fragrance to me smell a bit peppery, a little bit kitchen spicy. When I say that, I mean like just a big group of kitchen spices mixed together. But to me, this one smells a little bit kitchen spicy plus black pepper. I don't know if black pepper is actually a note in this, but to me, it definitely smells like there's black pepper in this. It does have a little bit of sweetness, which to me kind of smells like it could be due to tonka or vanilla, but nothing in a heavy dose. It's just a very slight sweetness. It is a resinous fragrance as well. And then the herb that is in here, I think it's white sage if I remember correctly. And I definitely feel like it smells like sage. It definitely smells herbal. If you're not into herbal scents, you may not love this at first sniff, but I would say that wearing this fragrance, the notes kind of just all really blend together. And that is one thing that I love about the House of Initio is that their fragrances are so well blended. I always have the hardest time picking out particular notes with their fragrances because it's more of a feeling. It's more of a vibe as opposed to like note. Like, of course you can pick out some notes. Like for instance, in Oeuvre Greatness, everybody can pick out that saffron, right? But in most of their fragrances, I feel like their stuff is just so well blended that it's really hard to pinpoint notes. It's just about how it makes you feel when you smell it. So I do think this is a pretty complex scent and one that you would definitely want to get your nose on as opposed to just listening to reviews. I think this fragrance is perfectly unisex. Now, when it comes to projection and longevity, this one actually really surprised me. So first, let's talk about projection. When I initially wore this fragrance, it was probably like the first day or so that I wore it. I thought it sat closer to the skin. I didn't think it was a lot. I thought that it was a pretty, I don't want to say like skin scent, but it was like a softer, closer experience scent. However, I wore this fragrance to work the other day, and let me tell you, the compliments did not stop. I was actually shocked. When one of my coworkers first got to work, she was probably standing at the very least 10, 12 feet away from me. And when she walked into where I am, like she had to walk through a door. When she walked into where I was, she was like, "You smell amazing." That was literally the first thing that she said. Before hello, before anything else, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you smell amazing." So I thought that was pretty big, and it was kind of unexpected because I didn't go ham on my sprays, and I didn't really think that this fragrance projected that far. Now, I will say later on that day, I had another coworker come in and she complimented me as well. Now, by that time, I had probably been wearing the fragrance probably about 3 to 4 hours at that point. She complimented me as well, but the first time that she spoke on it, she was probably about 5 or 6 feet away from me. So still was projecting really well, maybe not filling up the room anymore. But I definitely wanted to share that story because this is one that I thought sat closer, but it really didn't. It really didn't. People were smelling it. And it also left a trail because when I actually ate lunch that day, when I walked back out and somebody walked in, a different person, they commented on how good it smelled in there. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So it projects pretty well. And when it comes to longevity, this surprised me as well. I really like testing my fragrances out at work, not only because people can comment on how it smells without me asking or with me asking them, but it really just helps me determine how long a fragrance actually lasts. Because when I'm out doing stuff or I'm at home, I feel like I don't pay as much attention. Whereas if I'm at work and I know it's 4 o'clock, that means I've been here however many hours, I can kind of see how long this fragrance lasts. So I will say this fragrance lasted on me at least 10 hours, so my entire shift. And it became a skin scent on me probably around like the 8-hour mark. But I will say at 2 o'clock that day that I went to work, I had already been wearing the fragrance, I think 7 hours at that point, and that's when somebody commented, like the break room comment. I did not touch up this fragrance, so even though to me it kind of smelled like it was a skin scent by that 8-hour mark, apparently it wasn't, or it was still leaving a trail even that far into the day. So I actually think this fragrance, because it's not too deep, it's not too heavy, it is a little bit spicy. I think that you can get away wearing this fragrance pretty much anywhere. Like I said, I've worn it on a variety of occasions now, and I think this works perfectly in hot weather. I think it will work magnificently in cold weather. I can't really attest to that because it hasn't been cold yet, but the way that it smells, the like warmness that it has to it, I think it would work well in cold weather as well. As far as where I would wear this fragrance, I think this is perfect for daytime occasions, but I actually think it could also be a day to night scent if you needed it to be. So say if you were going to go to work and then go to happy hour, I think this would be a perfect scent because there is something a little sexy about this fragrance. Even though I don't technically classify this as a sexy scent, I think this is more of like a classy, sophisticated, like cool girl vibe scent. But something about it also gives off a little bit of a sexy twist as well. Like it's a little edgy without being overtly so. So I actually think this fragrance is very unique. Now, although I think this fragrance is unique, we're still going to talk about some comparisons. So the first comparison that I want to talk about is actually something that I either read, like I saw it on Instagram, or I heard it in a video or something. But people were saying that Paragon smells like a mix of Musk Therapy and Rehab by the same brand. And so of course I had to try them layered just to see if I agreed. And I would say I do not fully agree, but I can kind of get where people are saying. Rehab is a spicy scent to me. It kind of smells like a mix of kitchen spices, a little bit peppery, a little bit smoky, and a little bit sweet. So I do feel like Rehab kind of has the same base as Paragon, but I think they go in completely different directions. I definitely think Rehab is a bit sexier. I think that it's a little bit deeper. And although I don't just relinquish this to nightwear, I actually wear this during the day as well. I could definitely see myself pulling more for this on a date as opposed to Paragon. Musk Therapy, for me, is very hard to explain. It is a musky scent. It has some like fruity nuances to it. I believe bergamot or lime, and that kind of just lifts up the musk. But it also smells like there are some aldehydes in this as well. And although this is a musky fragrance, to me it feels like uplifted. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels more airy, musky scent. So combining these two fragrances together, Rehab and Musk Therapy, I will say that I got a vibe similar to Paragon, but they don't smell alike because there's no herbal tone to either one of these fragrances in my opinion. And to me, the herbal nature of Paragon is just really, I don't want to say it's really prominent because I don't want to scare y'all, but it is definitely there. So the other fragrance that I want to compare Paragon to is actually also from Initio, and this is Oud for Happiness. Now this one I wanted to compare because these fragrances actually remind me of each other. They do not smell alike. They do not smell alike, but they definitely remind me of each other, and I'm assuming it's because they're from the same house. The greenness that is in Paragon reminds me of the greenness in Oud for Happiness. Now, Oud for Happiness is a beast. It's a lot. This is a polarizing scent, and I totally get it. This is a lot easier to swallow. It's nowhere near the power and projection of Oud for Happiness. So I definitely wanted to call that out. I don't want you guys thinking these are similar, but I will say the greenness in them is similar. Okay, that's it. So they remind me of each other, but they are definitely not twins. They're probably like distant cousins. Okay. So this fragrance retails for $370 in the United States. It's a lot, like all Initio fragrances. But I purchased mine from Selfridges. I know I don't usually talk about any discounts or anything in this portion, but I did want to mention that I purchased mine from Selfridges for $240. So there is quite a bit of price difference. So I know I complained about their shipping earlier, but for that difference in price from a retailer, I think that, you know, it could be worth the wait if you're interested in getting this fragrance. I know Selfridges charges shipping. I think their shipping is like $35, but even if you pay that one-time shipping fee, it's still less than what you would pay like right out retail in the United States. I will say that with Selfridges, I do have their membership where I pay, I think $55 or something for a year of free shipping. So I didn't have to pay for shipping this time around, but I have paid for it before. All right, so we're at the portion of this video where I let you guys know if this fragrance is a love, a like, or a letdown for me. So if you've never seen one of these videos before from me, this is the time where you pause the video, you go in the comment section and leave your guess, okay? Don't scroll down there and spoil it for yourself. Just go down there and leave your comment of your guess. What do you think it's going to be for me? All right, I gave y'all enough time. Initio Paragon is a dun 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 dun. Love. It's a love for me. It is a love for me, and I'm super excited because this was a risky blind buy, y'all. This was probably something that I should have waited to go smell, but honestly, I have been loving Initio, and I feel like they can kind of do no wrong. But yeah, I am so glad that I ended up falling in love with this fragrance. You can see in my first impression, it was just a like. I mean, it was a high like, but I wasn't like completely 100% sold on it. But once I wore this fragrance, I just really fell in love with it. And it seems that it's very attractive to others as well, because the compliments I was getting on this fragrance, people were like amazed, like they had never smelled anything like it before. And so I feel like those kind of compliments really make me feel good. So other people loved it. I love it, and yeah, I'm so happy that I took the chance on this. So if you have tried Initio Paragon, let us know what you think of it in the comments below. If you try this fragrance in store, make sure you spray it on your skin and walk around with it, see how you really like it. Because I feel like this is one of those fragrances that if you just smell it from the nozzle, you may not get it, and you still may not get it until you actually wear it for like more than a day or so. If you have not tried this fragrance, are you interested in trying it? Did this even pique your interest when you heard it came out? Or did you not even know it came out? Because this is pretty new. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, definitely check out my love, like, or letdown playlist. I will link it for you guys. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, turn the notification bell on so that you don't miss a video from me. I typically upload 3 days a week, so plenty of content over here. Also, if you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me over there. I like to chit chat with you guys in my Instagram stories and in my DMs, and I typically give you guys sneak peeks of new fragrances in my collection and things like that. I hope you all enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.